Good morning, all of you. Welcome back to online class teaching. Subject Mathematics B1 and B2, 5th standard. This is session 27. In the last class, we already saw about towards freedom. 15th lesson, towards freedom, right? We have started this lesson. This is about how our leaders got independence and who all are came and ruled in our country. So today's class we will continue from where we have finished, right? Till here we have completed. Then we will start with revolt against the British. Revolt against the British means British people, they started rule against Indians. They started to rule against Indians, as I told you. Ever since the coming of the British, people in different parts of India had been protesting against their unfair policies. So Indians also, they were protesting. Protesting means they are gathering people and they are protesting. They wanted to break down the rules of British. All the people, they got together and they are protesting against British. However, there was no unity in their protest. In Indian protest, they were not unity. It was only in 1857 that major revolt broke out. In which year? In 1857. This was the first war of independence. Also called the Sepoy Mutiny or the Great Revolt of 1857. During this particular year, Indian people, they started to have first war of independence. Independence means they don't want to be under anybody. So Indian need independence from British people, right? So this great time is called Great Revolt of 1857. It was an important event in our struggle for freedom. In freedom struggle, this year is very important. The revolt was started by Indian soldiers serving in British Army in India. The revolt, the fight, okay? The protesting against British started by the soldiers, those was serving in the army in India, okay? A new rifle called the Enfield had been introduced in India. This one was introduced in India. A rumor spread that the grease used in the bullets was made from the fats of cows and pigs. This was a rumors they were spreading around that the grease used in the bullets was made from cows and fat of cows and pigs. Soldiers had to bite off the greased wrapper of the bullet before loading it in the refill, right? Soldiers have to bite and refilled it, okay? Load it in the refill. This was against the religious sentiments of both Hindu and Muslim, because both animals are very important for Hindu and Muslims, right? Muslim soldiers. So as I told you, just a rumor was spreading that grease means one kind of oil type, okay? Thick, sticky one used in the see here in the book, used in the Enfield rifle. This is like gun, right? The big one. The soldiers use it. So it is used in the Enfield rifle. Fat of cows and pigs. So this was making a religious sentiment. Religious sentiments of both Hindu and Muslim soldiers. They refused to use this rifles and revolted. And then the revolt started as at Meerut and soon spread to large parts of northern and central India. First, the revolt started at Meerut only, and then slowly it spread to northern and central India. Farmers, craftsmen, and other sections of the society joined the revolt, and everyone joined together during this revolt. The soldiers declared the last Mughal emperor Bahadur Shah Zafar their leader. The revolt was led by Nana Sahib and Tantia Tope at Kanpur, Rani Lakshmi Bai at Jhansi, and Begum Hasrat Mahal at Awadh. So these are the people started the revolt. Okay, they had the leaders to start. Then after the revolt, what happened? The British suppressed the first war of independence. Many factors were responsible for the failure of the revolt. It did not spread to all parts of India. Why the revolt was a failure? Because the revolt was not spread to all the parts of India. The Indian soldiers did not have sufficient money and good weapons. Indians, they don't have enough of money, and then they don't have the weapons to use. Because of that, the revolt was not successful. It was failure. Okay, next point. The revolt was not organized properly. It was not organized properly. It was unorganized. On the other hand, the British soldiers were well equipped. On the other hand, one side, the revolt was not organized properly. On the other hand, British soldiers were well equipped with modern weapons, and then were very well organized. They had well equipped modern weapons, and then they were well organized, not like Indians. They were well organized. After the revolt was suppressed, many Indians were either killed or put into prison. After the revolt was finished, some of the people put into prison and some were killed. The rule of the East India Company ended in 1858. The administration of India was taken over by the government of India. Now this is the great England. This is the great change happened after 1858. What happened? The administration. Administration means the kingdom, the rule. Indian administration of India was taken by the government of England. So after that revolt was not successful, England government started to rule India. However, the Indian princes were allowed to rule over their territories. On the other side, one side England government has taken India to overrule, and the other side Indian princes like presidents, okay, princes, they were allowed to rule their territories where they are belongs to, right? Okay, now let us turn our book to the next page number. See here, next topic is social and religious reformers. Social and religious reformers. We'll see who are that. the British introduced modern education in India. Gradually, educated Indians introduced many social and religious reforms. Reformers such as Raja Ramohan Rai, Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar, Debendranath Tagore were active during this period. So, British introduced modern education. So, slowly educated Indians introduced many social and religious reformers during this period. So, who all are the reformers? Their names, as I read, they are became the reformers during this period. They strongly protest against social practices such as uh, sadi, killing female babies, child marriage, and caste and system. In those days, caste system, killing people, uh, like killing baby, female babies, and then marriage means getting the child to get married uh, under teenage, and then in teenage, and then the caste system. So they were against all this. Which people? This people. And then they also encouraged widow remarriage and education of women. Yeah, see here, widow remarriage means in those days, if a woman's husband has passed away, died, in those days that woman should not get married again. But during this period, they were um, encouraged widow to get remarried again, and then they encourage the education of women. In those days, people may say why women has to study, but they were encouraging the education of women. Okay. Next, rise of nationalism. Rise of nationalism. Educated Indians realized that the British wanted to keep India poor and backward, and then this realization united the Indians. After this only, all the Indians they gathered, and the educated Indians they realized that British people are going to keep India poor, and then they are going to bring backward India economy. So after realizing this, the feeling of unity or nationalism grew stronger. And then they started to be together. Together they planned how to bring up our nation stronger. The growing feeling of nationalism resulted in the formation of Indian National Congress in 1885. Indian National Congress in which year? In 1885. See this picture also. 22 delegates attended the first session of Indian National Congress in December 1885. So 22 members were attended in this year. What happened during this time? The Indian National Congress was formed by an Englishman named Alan Octavian Hume. Its first session was held at Bombay. Now it is called Mumbai. The first session was conducted in Mumbai. It was attended by 72 delegates. How many people? 72 delegates from all over India, from all parts of India attended this. The president of this session was Umesh Chandra Banerjee. The president of this session was Umesh Chandra Banerjee. Right? Thereafter, the Congress met every year in different cities. After finishing this meeting, every year the Congress party they started to gather, have this meeting every year in different cities in India. It slowly became very strong. It awakened the spirit of unity among Indians. So after this, Indians became more unity than before. At the same time, it requested the government to reduce reforms to improve the living condition of people. The growing popularity of the Congress worried the British. To suppress the rising spirit of nationalism, the government passed many strict laws. They also used the policy of divide and rule to prevent the Hindus and the Muslims from uniting. From uniting. So here we end the lesson. What happened during this Congress meeting? After that, every year they'll meet in different cities of India. So after this, all Indian became more unity together. And then what happened? There was a request for the government to introduce reformers to improve the life condition of the people. And then growing popularity of the Congress worried the British. And then the government passed many strict laws. They were strict laws to follow. And also there were policy of divide and rule, so that they can prevent any problem among Hindus and Muslims. Understand? This is the lesson. Which lesson this we have learned? Lesson 15, towards freedom. Okay, students, towards freedom, lesson 15. This lesson we have completed. If you have any doubt, you can ask me, and we will continue with the book exercise and other lessons we will revise together in the next class. Thank you, students, for listening very carefully. Have a nice day.